I've been talking about confirmation biases, and in this video, we're going to dive into the endowment effect, which is something that happens when people stick to their legacy tools and don't gain value from your solution. So the endowment effect is a behavioral economics principle where people place a higher value on something simply because they already own it. In experiments, people demand more money to give up an item that they already own than they are willing to pay to acquire it in the first place, because ownership creates an attachment which inflates the perceived value. So for example, I've got this notebook here. I love this notebook. I love the color. When I open it, I got a matching pen, and I just feel like there's so many possibilities of what I can capture in this notebook. And I've layered attachments, emotions, experiences on this. And so maybe if I decide I want to sell it, I might charge you $50 for it. But all you see is a used notebook. You don't see all that value that I've imbued it with. So you're maybe willing to spend $10 or $15. So your customers similarly may be overvaluing their existing tools, systems, or processes simply because they're already theirs. So even if your solution is objectively better, faster, cheaper, or more efficient, they may cling to their legacy systems because that ownership makes them feel more valuable. So for example, I've experienced, and maybe you've experienced, where there's a saboteur who derails the project, derails the onboarding, derails your solution because they have an endowment to the prior solution. Maybe they helped select it and implement it. Maybe they define some initial processes and they're valuing those much greater than your solution. So this bias can slow adoption. It can prevent customers from realizing the true value of your product. So what you need to do is create early ownership of your solution. And you do that by, as quickly as possible, giving customers and their users a sense of ownership of the product, maybe by configuring and naming dashboards and fields, by celebrating quick wins so they get some endorphin going in their brains, they feel a sense of accomplishment. You want that endowment effect working in your favor. It's about helping people emotionally transfer ownership from their old ways of working to the new solution. And once they feel the product is yours, then adoption accelerates and perceived value rises. To dive deeper, read my article about confirmation biases and how to get customers to fire their legacy tools, and let me know how I can help you.